What's going on, everyone? This is Crazy Russian 86K in this video, this is a video response to hiding in my room. I recently found out about his channel. And the guy, he's like around my age. He's 30 years old. I'm 31, by the way, so about the same age. He looks younger than me. And here's the funny part, like, I have one guy at FedEx who was the same area with me. I found out he's 32. He looks like he's in late 30s. I feel like I look around my age. But that guy, he's 30 years old and he looks like 5 or 7 years, well, younger than me. So he's thinking about, like, there's three guys, 30, 31, 32. And there's literally like, we like all like 1 year apart, but we look like we're all like 5 or 7 years apart from each other. Isn't that something, But it is what it is. It's not the point of my video. I'm not gonna bore you out of my mind talking about age, but what I'm gonna say is this, like, I feel for this guy. I really do. Like, the guy got married and he's been married for 3 months and he got divorced. He didn't have anything in common with his wife. All he wanted out of her is sex. They didn't talk. And then he was joking and she got upset. And I kind of understand why she got upset. Because, like, certain things you just can't say, like. But at the same time, he was joking and people don't like him because they feel like he has a lot of autistic, narcissistic, sociopathic tendencies. And he reminds people of Elliot Rodger. And I watched also a lot of things about Elliot Rodger. People say that Elliot Rodger, he wanted all these things, but he didn't talk to people. Let me tell you something. It's not like it's easy to talk to people. Like when I was younger, I was more outgoing. But because my ideas about life, it just doesn't correspond with other people. I just couldn't talk to people myself either. I was trying to. But I say something and people respond to me in weird ways. Which I don't understand. Like, people don't even make sense to me. Because they think about me some way. And I wanted to tell them something else. It's like completely like... I noticed that a lot in America. That with a lot of people it's like... What I say in reaction I expect from people is different from the way people react to things. And that's like blows me off. I feel like I cannot talk to a lot of people because the way they react to things is just crazy. Trying to explain them something, they just shut me off. I'm trying to do certain way, people don't let me do things the way I wanted to get done. Like, I feel a lot of times like completely oppressed by this fucked up society. So that's why I want to defect with people like hiding in my room, or even Elliot Rodger. Even though Elliot Rodger was not the smartest person, but I kind of can relate to his ideas because society is shit, people are shit, I don't agree with society either. I feel like society is in a lot of ways a detriment to my existence. And that's why, like, at my jobs and everywhere, the only way for me to deal with the society is just like this, okay? I cannot fit in. I'm trying to do my best. I just work. People leave me alone. So I've been at my jobs for a long time. I'm not getting fired from everywhere. But the only way I can function in the society myself is just like this. I do from point A to point B. You give me the money. You give me the money. I do my job. But when it comes to like anything else, it's just like impossible. People are barely tolerating me because, like, working at the jobs with high turnover ratio, and people just putting up with me because they know that I'm reliable, I'm dependable. Even though I may not do things the way they want me to do things, but I get the shit done. Maybe I'm not the fastest, but I'm always coming, I'm always working, I never call off. But I deal with a lot of hostile environment for every day. I have a lot of anger built up in me because of this fucked up society, because they don't adjust to my ways of doing things, and I strongly believe that the way I do things is the right way. Of course, I have to like follow the rules and stuff, which I do. People have been telling me, oh, I need to follow the rules and this and that, which I do, but still, I have sometimes problems at work, even though I follow the rules, because people are giving me shit and they want to start shit with me for no reason, because they are, you know, full of it. But and they trying to set me up, like at my nursing home job, people trying to set me up a lot because they don't like my personality and I can't get along with people. And I do follow all the rules. The worst things, I'm doing a job that I'm getting late, but I always do my job. I do my job better than a lot of people because I clean better, you know. I'm maybe not doing it as fast as they would like me to do, but I actually do my job better than a lot of people, in my opinion. So, but then they see that this is how I am, they just leave me alone, because that's the only way to deal with me. But still, I have social problems because I'm different, I deviant. I feel like I'm not made for this society, so it's like goes both ways. So I feel like people like me, Elliot Rodger, hiding in my room, we all like misfits. We are not people who are built for this society. But at the same time, we are not really disabled people. Because if I were a disabled person, I wouldn't be able to function. Like, see, like if you're doing things at a slower rate, if you procrastinate, but you can't do things, you're not a disabled person. Because see, disabled people, they cannot do things. But people who just like can do things at a slower rate or do things different, like for example, or sometimes people just see a lot of flaws in the society and you just like reject the society. That's different problem. That's just the problem is being rejected. You know, that's a problem of being eccentric person. I consider myself eccentric person, which is not fit for this society. I do consider that. But this is not a disability, that's different. And in this world, people consider it like Asperger's, a narcissist, a sociopath. And you know, that's why like this guy hiding in my room, he's been labeled that. Like the guy with autistic, narcissistic, sociopathic tendencies. And when I look at myself in the mirror, these are the three things which I have, you know. These are the three tendencies I have, honestly. Which is like autistic, narcissistic, sociopathic. Completely can relate to that. And that guy hiding in my room, Daniel, like, I can relate to that guy. And that's why when people bash him, I actually feel for him. Because I see myself in this guy. So I have a lot of cough. I may not agree with his choices, and looking outside out, I can like give him some props, like, you know, like this woman, for example. You shouldn't get married, that's true. And the relationship are tough. The only way I can deal with women is like the same way, you know. I buy you shit, you give me sex, and I'm the same way. That's the only type of relationship I'm capable of. So I cannot relate. I can relate to this man and the way he like looks at things. I completely get it. The only difference is that I'm like more outgoing. I actually talk to people. But see, when I talk to people, I try to talk to people. People just don't bother understanding me. So I have different type of problems. Like my problems are like this. I'm trying to talk to people. I do talk to people. People listen to me. They cannot relate to me. They want to stay away from me. So in reality, I'm trying to fit in, but society rejects me. And you know, a lot of times, like, all these people like Elliot Raj or hiding in my room, we viewed as like these introverted people who just don't want to interact. We viewed as like people who don't want to interact, and that's why the society rejects us. See, my problems are like 180 degrees different. Like, I always wanted to be one who wanted to interact, deal with people, have friends. But I've been rejected by the society because I was viewed as an eccentric person who is just like not fit for the society. And people were giving me the reactions. I was trying to talk to people, talk about problems, but they were not willing to understand me. They didn't even want to bother talking to me. And the suggestions the society has been giving me didn't apply to me. So I had these problems, you know. And I was doing things in a way like people don't like, and then people trying to fix it and this and that. And then they come into realization, well, it's just kind of person he is, you know. That's how he works, how he does things. But this is not congruent with America, you know. So that's why, like, people been realizing time after time, well, we just need to leave this guy alone. He works, he does the job, he just doesn't do it the way we want it to be done because he just have a different mindset and he thinks differently. And what's the result of it? People don't want to deal with me. And I've been treated very differently from autistic people, because I noticed that American autistic people, they've been treated differently, because these people, they get a lot of sympathy, people reach out to them, they feel sympathy towards them, they still kind of talk to them. When it comes to me and stuff, most of the people, they just don't want to talk to me, they just want to stay away. And there are only a couple people who actually talk to me and get to know me, and they understand actually my point of view. I did meet people like that at FedEx, and there are a couple people like that, but the majority of the people, they don't even want to understand me. So I have a problem when I'm actually making an effort and I'm trying to talk to people, but they're actually the ones who reject me. And they just shut me off and just let me stay away from this guy. So I'm kind of have an opposite problem, seems like. Because like me, I may reach out to the society and people, but they're the ones who rejected me because I'm just not fit for this society. Versus regular autistic people, society reach out to them, but they have like barriers. And I may have some barriers too, but like my barriers are different. It's just like my ways are not the same as the ways of the majority of people in the society. That's my problem, you know. That's not a disability. That's like being a person who is differently able. And of course I have some autistic traits like one-track mind, or inability to work and socialize in the same time. And society is distraction to me, honestly. Like a lot of times when people tell me shit, they only makes me work worse. Like, I'm the type of person who needs to be left alone. You know? I'm able to work, I'm able to do things, but when people tell me shit, that only makes my performance go down, because they're the ones who making my anxiety levels goes up with their behaviors. And if people just shut the fuck up and let me do things, that would be the best thing they can do. I don't need no reinforcement, either positive or negative. I need people to tell me from point A to point B, I'll do the job the way I can. And if I completely left alone and isolated, I feel the greatest, I work the greatest. And people just should leave me the fuck alone and let me do the job the way I want it to get done. Then I have no problem. And when the people don't give me what I want, this is when the problem arises. That's just my problem with the society. And I'm not a disabled person because I'm able to work. I'm able to do the job. I'm able to do the job well. I don't need people to be telling me nothing, really. The only problem I have, I may not work as fast, but I do the job. So that's it. My problems are different. But I don't know. A lot of times I feel like also the multiculturalism thing too, like makes the difference. Because like I noticed that a lot of people who cannot fit in this Western society are Asians, Jews like me. I'm like quarter Slavic, three quarters Jewish, and all of these Western Europeans, of course, they look differently, they think different, I cannot fit in. I feel like multiculturalism is horrible. Because I feel like a lot of times, like, people cannot fit in with people who are different. But let me make a different video about it, okay?